One of the biggest mistakes is using too many fingers to pull in the clutch lever. And whether you were taught this from a motorcycle instructor, or you just feel like you need to use all fingers to easily pull on the levers, this is one thing that's holding you back from having more control. While yes, it may be a lot easier to pull in the lever if you're using all of your hands, especially if the lever is really hard to pull in, but what you're missing out on is having control over the handlebars. And I don't say this because you need to grip the handlebars really hard, but if you only have your thumb essentially on the handlebar, then it won't take much for your hand to slip off, and you could potentially injure your thumb or your fingers. It could just slide right off if you don't have any fingers on the handlebar. So what should you do? Well, having just 1 or 2 fingers on the lever is what I have found to be the best of both worlds. So you still have 2 fingers on the bar to give you that control in case you need to hang on if the bike starts to get sideways. And if you're strong enough, or the clutch lever or the brake lever is easy enough to pull with 1 finger, I like to use my pointer or even my middle finger to pull it in. And sometimes after a long ride, my fingers get tired of pulling in the clutch and brake all the time. Sometimes I change it up to 2. And if you find that it's too hard to pull in your clutch or your brake with just 1 or 2, there's a couple things that could be wrong. One, your cable, especially on the clutch, might need to be lubed. It does require maintenance because it's sliding in the rubber housing, and if it's really dry, it's going to be really hard to move because it's rubbing on that. So when you regularly maintain your cables, you lube them, they slide in and out more easily, making it easier to pull in the levers. Also, when you have your levers properly adjusted on the perch, you can move them in and out for your specific finger length. So I don't have very long fingers, so I need them a little bit closer to the handlebars. So if you feel like you need to re-grip your hand on the bars just to reach the lever, then they're not properly adjusted. So especially with the front brake, there's an adjuster screw and nut here. You just turn it in or out to adjust it so the lever comes in and out, so it's nice and easy to reach whether you're standing or sitting. And this will make it easier to pull in without having to re-grip the bars. And if you find that you don't have as much control as you want to while you're standing, so like you're death gripping the bars, or it's just more exhausting to stand than sit, then you're probably making the mistake of using wrong body position. And if that's the case, then you need to check out my video on how to know if you're standing in the right position or not here. I'm Kelly Fager from Motocross Hideout. Learn more, ride more, so that you can stay safe and have fun for many years to come.